Hello and welcome to IT Pro TV's 12 Days of IT, where we're unboxing 12 different IT gadgets, then giving them away. If you haven't already registered to win, head over to itpro.tv/12 days to sign up. Then tune into IT Pro TV's very first YouTube Live on Friday, December 11th at 2 p.m. Eastern to see if you are a lucky winner. You don't want to miss a day, so be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell for notifications. All right, today's the 5th day of IT, and that means Ronnie will be unboxing a Tone and Probe series. Ronnie, take it away.
All right, thanks, Zach. That's right. It's time for another gift on the 12 Days of IT. And this time, we've got, of course, the Pro 3000 from Fluke Networks analog and probe kit, analog toner and probe kit. So this is actually a nice box, and it normally comes, well, already sealed for us. But for us to do this demonstration, I had to cut around the edge, but I left it so that you can actually keep everything in one case as you do so. Now, when we open this thing up, there's actually quite a bit of materials inside that you want to make sure you take a note of. So I'm just going to pop this thing open, and of course they have, this nice little carrying case for you that you have right here, and it allows you to actually have the toner probe as well as the other piece that's actually in there for us to be able to do this. But there's something else that's actually hidden that you're not going to be able to see unless you dig around a little bit. And there's a little handy strap so that you don't end up losing the toner probe. So you can actually attach that later on as well. So this is designed for you to be able to put this again on to either a belt loop, or if you have one of those mole systems on your tool backpack that you have, this is designed perfectly for something like that to be able to connect into. So along with that, instructions, of course. Make sure you pay attention to these instructions because this one's a little bit more unusual in some of the things it can do. So make sure you go through and read the instructions here, because this one was a little bit trickier than I thought it was going to be. And they have, of course, a nice little document that's all in another language for us as well. So let me see if I can hold that up too. So you actually see something like that. So that's all that documentation. Please make sure you pay attention to that. Along with that are the two components that make up this kit as well. So inside this kit, if I can actually pull this entire thing out here and set aside our nice flashy machine. So here you actually end up seeing that there's actually two components. So these can be used separately if you actually choose to, or together, of course, depending on what you need. It's a non-conductive probe tip, so you don't accidentally end up conducting and shocking yourself with something. But it does require two 9-volt batteries, so one for here and one for here. So make sure you know that as well. Now, with a probe kit like this of course actually has a tone to it. As you actually get near something that has electricity, it will actually tone for you. Or if you use it in conjunction, depending on what you need, these are different leads that allow you to attach it, of course, in several different ways and methods. If I can open this up. So you actually do have clips that are actually fairly strong clips for you. You can separate them out to individual wires, and underneath this cap here, there's actually little pins, so that actually gives you a nice big grounding point as you need to as well. Now, along with that, they have a little telephone jack that's at the end of this. Now I'm going to use these things in conjunction so that we can just see how it ends up working too. So you turn this on, and this begins to generate electricity through the wires that we see right here. And we can either tell it we want it continuously or we want a different tone to it as well. So that actually depends on what we want. We could tell it, of course, to alternate, and we'll actually see how that works. So to use this in conjunction, we can hold this down, and you can kind of hear the buzzing, I think, if you can hear. And so if I hold that, you can hear that, and that's where the light comes in. So if I change this, and now it's solid. And that way you can actually tell and probe it out and see what happens there. So it just depends on what you need. So this is actually very useful, of course, if you're actually trying to trace out a wire that may be running in the wall somewhere. It actually helps you to determine whether or not a link is actually dead. Or if you're like me and you actually happen to, pin things out wrongly, this can also help you to actually verify if you actually have the electricity where you actually need to go by using this in conjunction as well with the other part of the device. So both of these devices all together really are very useful toolkits for any network engineer that's out there, especially if you happen to be working inside and actually having to deal with wires. So make sure you actually take advantage of this as well, whoever actually gets this. All right, well, that's going to do it for me, so back to you, Zach.
Thanks, Ronnie. Now, don't worry, all probes will be cleaned before being sent to the winner. Would you like to win this or any of the other gadgets from the 12 Days of IT? Well, then head on over to itpro.tv/12 days to sign up. On Friday, December 11th, tune in at 2 p.m. Eastern right here for our YouTube Live and see if you're a winner. Go ahead and subscribe to the IT Pro TV YouTube channel right now and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a day. See you tomorrow for the next gift.